The Houston Rockets have not re-signed Alperen Sengun yet. Is it time to panic? Or are the Rockets playing the long game? Let's talk about it. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Summit State of Mind, presented to you by the Apollo Podcast Network and powered by Big City Wings. In this episode, we're going to discuss Alperen Sengun's current contract situation with the Rockets, what this means going into the season, and why the Rockets have not signed any free agents, and we're going to play some games.
All right, I'm in.
Oh, let's go. Happy 4th, GM, by the way. We're recording this on July 4th
of July.
Independence Day.
Numero 4.
United
like
States.
Green.
Oh.
There you go.
I thought Louis Skull.
I did that. Louis Skull, what a name to pull. Charles
Skull,
Barkley, number 4. You know, could have went many ways, a multitude of ways.
I could have went a multitude of ways. You want to stick Rockets? I was thinking more like, America's Independence Day. Like England
George
is suffering.
Springer.
Like England is suffering right now because they have to work.
Happy Traders Day. That's the England point of view.
I do like myself a good Boston Tea Party. No, we're not here for that. All right, let's go ahead and maneuver into this episode. Look, Alperen Sengun is currently not being extended, not formally announced by the Rockets, but all signs are pointing with articles that have come out, and we have pulled one of those articles with a quote brought to us by Michael Shapiro of The Chronicle. Alperen Sengun has a strong case as the best player in the 2021 draft class as the Houston Rockets center approaches his 4th NBA season. Though unlike fellow 2021 draftees Cade Cunningham and Scotty Barnes, Sengun likely won't enter the 2024-25 season armed with a $200 million contract extension. Don't take the delay on a 9-figure deal as a sign of disrespect. Instead, Houston's patience on a Sengun extension stems from the long game, currently being played by general manager Rafael Stone. GM, long game.
Yeah.
Now, I understand in terms of fans being upset, especially players, people that are fans of Sengun. I get it. The man has played like a stud, probably easily one of the best in his draft class. You can argue he's been the best in his entire draft class, yet players like Scotty Barnes and Cade Cunningham are getting these $200 million monster extensions, and Sengun is currently without an extension. Now, for the people that are for the fans ready to jump off the ledge for Sengun, talk them off the ledge one time. Why is it not time to panic?
Well, the example is just seen this offseason with the Philadelphia 76ers. They could have definitely armed Tyrese Maxey with an extension, but they did not. The reason why they held off is because of cap gymnastics. People don't really understand, like the casual fan does not understand what a cap hold is. And with Tyrese Maxey being drafted in the 20s, his cap hold was not going to be very high. There's a major difference between an extension being signed and waiting till the cap hold is there, because that just means that the cap hit will not be as big until it is signed on the dotted line. If they were to sign LP on the dotted line already, he would probably have like a $20-25 million increase in terms of hold, and that could definitely take away from the Houston Rockets potentially signing free agents. And that is the aspect of it all. Like Philadelphia signing Paul George is because of the patience that they had on Tyrese Maxey. And the fact that people are saying, like, Sengun can leave. He's not leaving. He's not going anywhere.
Technically
the reason why is because he's going to be a restricted free agent.
He can't leave.
And the Houston Rockets can match any offer that is given to him. So fans getting all angry and upset at the disrespect and saying, like, well, if you guys don't extend me now, Sengun's going to leave. Newsflash, guys. We probably got Sengun by the balls. I mean, I'm just saying that figuratively speaking. But he can't go anywhere unless the Rockets decide to let him go. Alp has no decision on his future. I mean, he probably wants to stay. He wants to get the most money he possibly can. And Stone will eventually sign him to that. But what's going to happen is once they do sign him to that next year, it'll be after the Rockets potentially sign a big free agent. So why not play the patient game? Because I bet you deep down that they have a wink agreement on what's going to happen in the future. And, if the Rockets do not follow through on that, then there will definitely be problems between
that's a problem.
Alp's agent and Rafael Stone. And those are the kind of logistics that are way above our pay grade. but there can be a lot of issues there. But the saying is that there's nothing to worry about with the extensions. I mean, obviously, we want Alpete to stay. Sengun is, like, you're right. He has arguably been the best player from the draft. Detroit has nothing to lose. They have to sign Cade Cunningham. They have nobody. They're the worst team in the league. They got to. Toronto, another floundering team. They traded away OG Anunoby. They traded away Pascal Siakam. They do have good pieces, but Scotty Barnes is their centerpiece. And they don't have plans of signing any potential free agents either. So what's going to happen? They're going to sign those guys to the extensions. The Rockets are actually the only team with a glimmer of hope with the type of picks that were drafted in that year. So to me, it seems like Rafael Stone is playing it very smart and patient. Don't allow yourself to get trigger happy immediately. I mean, granted, we made the joke in the last episode about him not pulling the trigger, but this is a good decision by not pulling the trigger because there's a lot more to gain with waiting on the extension for Alp. And with that being said, I don't have it on the top of my head, the list for 2025 free agents.
Right.
I think that it's just a better overall decision for us to wait because we could add another player to Jaylen and Alp.
Yeah, and it just gives that cap room more flexibility.
Yeah.
FVV's $40 million contract potentially most likely is going to come off the books after next year because the 2024-2025 season is his second year, and after that season, we do have a team option.
Yep.
So we can just cut him outright, and be like, all right, cool, like no harm done. Thank you for your years of service. Reed Shepherd's ready to take over. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like that's literally where they're at right now, and I love what you said because I wanted to kind of expand upon that because of the fact that Detroit and Toronto are, as of this moment, they are cellar dwellers. People tend to forget. Shout outs to Josh from last episode that said that you can't forget that the Rockets are 41 and 41. Like they were so close to making the play-in. They were a couple of games out. This year they expect to get better, possibly make play-in, maybe even beyond play-in.
Yeah.
If all the dominoes fall properly, that by next season, maybe just a step below championship aspirations. I guarantee you that Toronto and Detroit are nowhere near that. The Rockets obviously have a long-term plan set in motion. If they have a chance to get a big-time caliber player like Paul George outright next season without having to relinquish any of your big guns and pieces of the core to make it happen, then you do it with the possibility of signing Alperen Sengun afterwards. Because right after that Paul George signing, not even 6 hours later, you got the Tyrese Maxey signing. So, that was a wink-wink agreement. I guarantee you, GM, that there is a wink-wink agreement. Alperen Sengun wants to stay in Houston. I can say this outright. Sengun did buy a house in Houston. I can say that. He bought a house in Houston.
Yeah, you can confirm that. That's
I can confirm that. So, guys, he bought a house. He's here. He's
here for the long term.
He's here for the long term. He bought a house 2 or 3 months ago. He's here. He's committed to this. And I'm not saying buying a house makes you committed, but at the same time,
it shows positive signs.
Positive
signs for the long haul.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And I can tell you he wants to stay in Houston because if he did not buy this house basically for that time, he's not gonna think that he's not gonna be here long term. You're gonna stay in the loft, and then as soon as you leave, you pack your bags, move into the next city. That's what a lot of NBA players do. A lot of professionals do. But him buying a house is showing his agreement into wanting to stay, coinciding with the Rockets not wanting to extend him right out of the gate. Basically, do not jump off the ledge just yet, Rockets fans. I think Alperen Sengun's in a very good place. I don't want to expand too much on Jaylen Green in terms of the extension, but in my mind, he hasn't earned $200 million. I don't think he's earned it.
I agree.
I don't think he's earned the $200 million. We can talk about this a little bit.
Yeah, we can talk about that
because we've been talking extensions anyways, and they were both clumped together because they're in the same draft class.
Yep.
So what are we thinking?
Oh, with Jaylen?
Yeah. Just give me a little soup and pie action.
I think it's more so along the lines. It's more so along the lines of consistency. The one thing that he was consistent with last year was playing. He was in the lineup for every game during the season. He was our Cal Ripken Jr. That's our Iron Man. He played every game, which is awesome. I mean, shout out to the 90s.
He's better than Mikal Bridges. I thought you were going to say Mikal Bridges.
No.
Or PJ Tucker.
No shout out to Mikal. No shout out to PJ. I'm going to give the shout out to the legend. But with all that being said, the one thing that...
CRJ. Sorry. Go ahead.
There you go. The one thing that the Rockets
to think of
want out
acronyms.
of Jaylen Green is that they want to see the March version, but not to like the full-fledged version, if that makes sense. What he did in the month of March was unprecedented, and it showed flashes of who he was. The brilliance
Just greatness.
that Jaylen Green brings to the table, especially that Oklahoma City game. I watched highlights of that game yesterday. But what's going on is
What a great game.
they're going to wait with Jaylen because they do want to see as well whether he is worthy of that max extension. They could potentially max them both out based on what they see. But for Jaylen, it's more so along the lines of the consistency, improvement. I mean, it can be arguable that he improved in other aspects of his game that did not include shooting, defense. His defensive positioning, his effort, a lot of things going on one-on-one. He was very good, a very good defender. A lot better defender than he was his first 2 years in the league. So he
Right.
deserves a little bit of credit for that. And people might not want to see that or acknowledge that, but it's there. As the months progress, he always progresses better. I feel like Jaylen Green performs in the same altitude as Alex Bregman. Slow start and then gets really hot. And that's what we saw out of Jaylen. A similar trajectory as that of an Alex Bregman. I'm not saying that Alex Bregman is what you should expect out of Jaylen Green.
I was
like,
going
in
to say,
terms of
man, that's
production.
pretty ballsy, man. That's a ballsy call.
Absolutely it's ballsy. But at the same time, the flashes that we did see are the reasons why the Rockets are going to stay patient, because Jaylen Green's his characteristics on the basketball court are what could make him one of the greatest to ever put on this Rockets jersey, you know? And I think that with the waiting, putting it year 2 under Ime Udoka, where you can see a lot of what he has coached and taught these players, that patience will reveal themselves, you
Right.
know? And we'll see if Jaylen can apply that to where he can earn that extension. The one thing that everyone wants to see is more consistent shooting, and I think he's more than capable. He was starting to attack the basket stronger as the season progressed. You saw him take more free throws as the season went on. So, I mean, that's just one of those things that's going to naturally occur. I think we put a lot of pressure on him as fans in year 3. I think that the year 3 explosion was a little overblown. We all bought into the hype. Everyone's excited. But year 4, I think we're going to get somewhere along more of the lines of the middle ground. It's where these guys, not just Jaylen, but Alp as well, apply what they have learned in the first 3 years and applying it to winning.
Right.
Because the main goal is to win an NBA championship. And
Yeah.
that's what I want.
Right.
And whether or not these guys are here to win a title, that I hate to say it, but that doesn't matter. I'm a Houston Rockets fan.
Right.
Number
and
one.
I think the fact that they have not pulled the trigger on a trade. Now, granted, it's July 4. A lot can happen before training camp.
Yeah.
But the fact that if we go into training camp and no more deals are going to get made, which is going to lead perfectly to our next subject in a minute. But the fact that the Rockets have not made any trades is, in a way, showing faith to the core and saying, hey, any of y'all can take the keys. It's here. And who's going to take it? Who wants to be the star? And obviously, Sengun and Jaylen are on the front lines because they're the most seasoned vets out of the core. Mm-hmm. They're the most with the most explosive activity. They have that potential of, like we said in past episodes, they have that potential. I think their highest crazy ceiling, which I don't think they'll hit. Very few players in history will ever hit it, is Kobe and Pau Gasol. You would love for that to be the case. They have the capability to do that if Ime and Stone are like, hey, we're giving y'all one more year. Like, go ahead. Like, who wants it? Show me who wants it. Who wants to break out and be the star? And, like, this is their chance. This is their season to do it. If they're not going to make any significant trades and no more deals, like, this is a 15 to 16-man roster. It's done. They don't need to do anything else.
Yeah.
So that's why this is giving them the keys to do whatever they need to do for an Alperen Sengun or Jaylen Green to succeed, because this is their moment. This is their time now. In my opinion, I think Alperen Sengun's done more than enough to garner that extension. But as we explained previously, they want it to be done a little bit later, a la next year. GM, let's go ahead and move to the next subject right now. The Houston Rockets have not signed any free agents.
Why the outcry? How dare they?
Why?
No.
I am a casual.
Free agent
I am
signed.
a casual. Why haven't you signed any players? No, like, guys, okay. GM, I want you to expand upon it, but I'll set the table, as I said just a little bit earlier. The Rockets have a full roster.
Yeah.
They're done. They don't need. I think they have 15 to 16 players already.
I mean, it's
done.
They re-signed a couple guys on 2 days. Was it Nate Hinton?
Yeah, Nate Hinton.
I forgot who the other guy was.
Well, they signed Holiday back as well.
Yes, they did re-sign Aaron Holiday, 2 years, $10 million.
Holiday, there's your big splash deal. But the Houston Rockets have not signed any free agents. Why is that?
I feel like they feel like there's not enough minutes to give. I think Aaron Holiday is more of an insurance policy type of signing. He's here to challenge Reed Shepherd and to ensure that Reed Shepherd knows that there's no minutes guaranteed for him.
You ain't
even
taking
though
Reed Shepherd's
3.
minutes. He gonna knock down the first 3 threes.
I mean,
the second he steps on the court.
People are saying like, $10 million for 2 years is a lot of money for someone of Holiday's
1+1
capacity.
Is that
the contract?
It's a 1+1. Yeah.
Okay,
so it's a 1 team option on year 2.
Okay, that's perfect.
Confirmed.
But at the same
Jonathan
time,
Fagan, by the way, I gotta
$5
cite my
million
sources.
is literally nothing in today's league. That's not much, and it's peanuts. So I think that Aaron Holiday being here is what it is, an insurance policy to ensure that Reed Shepherd does perform in his challenge in training camp. It's another player to help lead the way and potentially show him another player to show Reed Shepherd what professionalism is and what it's like to be in the NBA.
I think you need a third point guard too.
Yeah,
that's a vet.
I agree.
That's a vet.
We do have 3 technically if you include
Amen
Thompson.
Right.
But Amen Thompson would probably be a point forward, a la Scottie Pippen.
They haven't been shaping him to be a point guard though, as of right now.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what's going to happen. I think he's going to be the primary ball handler at some point in the future over Reed Shepherd, but I digress. That's a whole other world. But
that's for another episode.
Yeah, it's a whole other episode. But I do believe that Aaron Holiday is here to basically be that. I don't think he's going to get any minutes, and if he does, it'll probably be at the beginning of the season, probably the first 10, 15 games where Reed Shepherd gets comfortable, and then Reed Shepherd will probably be the backup for 60 games towards the year ending. I just think that is more so along those lines. The signing aspect, you could have went for who's available, like Tyus Jones, the free agent, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be a great pickup. He is definitely someone that I like, but at the same time, we do have a gluttony of guards, and Tyus Jones not going to come here for limited minutes.
He wants if he's going to be the backup,
rotational
player.
He's
going to be a rotational player.
And I think he deserves that. I think we're 2 years too late on that. And unfortunately, that's how it went. If we didn't draft Reed Shepherd and we had a pick in number 11, then that's totally fine. We could have probably saw that occur.
You had a number 3 pick fall in your lap.
But
you got to take it. You got to invest.
Exactly. And we didn't trade it. We kept it. We invested in Reed Shepherd, and I think it's a great investment. He's exactly what we needed. But
they put him through the ringer, by the way. They did the whole thing, the parade, the red carpet.
Yeah,
the
signing. That's what they did with
he's not getting traded.
They did the same.
They went through, which means he's not getting traded.
No, definitely not. I think
they're keeping him. He's invested.
I mean, as a Rockets fan, I think a lot of people, if you follow me on Twitter, know that I'm not a big fan of Aaron Holiday. Did not like seeing him on the floor. Was not a fan of him getting PT over Jaylen Green to end games. And that's just one of those things.
We'll take the challenge though.
Yeah, we'll take the
challenge.
But
the challenge is there for.
But I just believe that he's mostly an insurance policy. He's the just in case breaking glass, just in case of emergency.
Especially someone gets injured.
He's not going to be getting minutes.
Right.
He'll be living the same world that Reggie Bullock was living last year. And if we do see him play minutes, it's either because of injury or I'm going to be like, Ime, what are you doing? That's basically.
I'm at the point right now where the Houston Rockets, they're not going to make any splash in free agency this year. I think if they're going to make any splash whatsoever, it's going to be via trade. And as of right now, July 4, now granted, look, we're talking our feelings out. This is what we're doing. This is why we're here.
Yeah.
So in essence, we'll
have a summer league game next week.
You're right, exactly. My feelings could change next week. But as of now, I'm bought in. Let's go. This is the core 7. Mm-hmm. Let's go. Let's see what you got. You got another year under your belt. We got a sniper finally, and let's see what happens. And It's only July 4th. They only open free agency up like June 30th. So really, a lot can happen. Like, we're pretty early on.
There's still time.
There's still a lot of time. However, I would not bank on the Rockets making any moves, as the GM said. They like what they have. They're going to move with what they have, and they're going to just see what happens. And in essence, we're going to see what happens as well, especially with the Summer League happening next week, which we'll dive into in our next episode. We got a full preview coming up for y'all for Rockets versus Lakers in Game 1 of the Summer League. GM, let's go ahead and move on to our last subject. It's not really a subject. It's a game. I know you like games.
Triple H is my favorite wrestler, as I do like to play the game.
Wow. I was thinking more like games as in like, wow. As in Detroit Pistons versus the Houston Rockets back in 2K5.
Oh, you want to do something like that? Okay.
By the
yeah,
way,
sure.
I have a quick story to tell
Where I
before we.
won
Okay, we have a quick story to tell.
multitude of games.
Oh my gosh, he hit a game winner with Bobby Sura in NBA 2K5 against my championship Pistons in the Philippines.
Shout out to Bob Sura.
I will not let this go.
Being a dude, and shout out to also Bob Sura. We met you in 2006.
I should have just
after
rage
retired.
quit. I should have literally turned off the game. Like, I was so quick. I was so tempted to rage quit at that point.
I was just better at 2K.
Fucking
Sorry.
asshole. Which is ridiculous too, and kind of true, because I played with the championship Detroit Pistons.
I played with the T-Mac-led Houston Rockets, but hit game winners with Bob Sura.
Hey, respect. T-Mac could drop 80, and we both know it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
In a
that was
video
prime
game, yes.
T-Mac. Let's be
Yes.
real here. Okay, speaking of games, let's go ahead and play some games right now, GM. Brand new. I want to do this.
So y'all, just
Yeah,
a
yeah.
note.
To full
This is
disclosure.
the first time that I'm hearing it.
Yeah, he's never heard
I
it.
wasn't prepared for this, so we'll
This
see
is
what
great.
happens. I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know.
literally, I'm gonna drop the quote, and we're just gonna go. Like, this is
Okay.
gonna be great. Like,
All
right out of the gate.
I'm in.
All right, rank these Rockets players without knowing who comes next.
Oh, okay. We're gonna play this game. Okay.
Top 5, starting
Top
with Chris
5.
Paul.
I'm gonna put him 4th.
4.
Yeah. Well, no, wait.
Ooh,
Two.
Without
Two.
knowing who comes next.
2.
2.
2. Put
Wow,
him
2.
We'll see what happens.
Okay, all right. Clyde Drexler.
3.
You have Clyde below Paul.
I do.
This is shaping up to be a promising.
This is gonna be promising.
This is a promising top 5.
Yeah.
Now, granted, he doesn't know what comes next, guys. First time we're ever doing
I
this.
don't
He
know
has
what's
no
coming
idea
next.
what comes next. This is great.
All right.
James Harden. He doesn't like
If
James
Hakeem
Harden.
Olajuwon is gonna be in this, I am fucked.
So you got two is Chris Paul, 3 is Clyde. You got 1, 4, and 5 open.
I mean the trend seems like guard, so I got to put Harden at 1. Yeah.
Harden at 1.
Yeah.
You sure? You ready to?
Yeah.
You're gonna lock in that final
I'm
answer?
gonna go next. Yeah.
Tracy McGrady.
Number 4.
I'm
That's fair.
throwing.
That's a fair statement. I mean number. No, we'll put T-Mac at 5.
There
Sorry,
it is.
Tracy. Sorry, Tracy.
Friend of the show, by the way. Good
program.
guy. Yeah, friend of the program.
Sorry,
T-Mac.
Tracy. I gotta put you at 5.
Yeah,
brother.
appreciate y'all. I'm sorry, GM. Hakeem.
See, that's the thing.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
There was no consistency
There was no
here. He
consistency.
went 4 guards and then a center. I'd get it if I heard a center in between to kind of keep me on my toes.
You just gotta rank them, GM. You just gotta rank them. That's why they're blind. You
Hakeem's
just gotta rank them.
4. And you know what?
gotta leave number 1 open.
Gen X, Generation Y, whenever everyone
Oh, they're
outside
about
of
to-
Gen Z.
Hey, it's okay.
Everyone can get mad at me. Hakeem should be 1, but he gave it to me last. I was just going to go. I wanted to give Chris Paul the middle ground, a little bit higher than Clyde, which is fair. James should not be number 1. It should be Hakeem. I'm going to clear that up
I like how
right
you're
now.
like clearing up the air right here.
I have to because
I feel like
Hakeem
there's
is
gonna be-
number 1.
Okay, well,
he
in
is the
your
greatest
defense-
Rocket to ever live.
Yes, in your defense, you did not know what comes next. That's why it's called the blind test.
I
That's
know.
the whole point.
And I'm going to take it. That's fine.
You're gonna take it? Okay. Well, I'm proud of you. That's good stuff. All right.
I'm not happy with my selections.
All right. We're gonna do another one. Rank these Rockets players without knowing who comes next.
All right.
Sam Cassell.
God, that's my favorite role player Rocket of all time. If
Top
anyone knows.
5. You got choices.
That's my favorite. Okay, so quick note: first ever Rockets jersey at 4 years old. Sam Cassell. Sam Cassell is going to be number 1 for me.
number 1.
Yeah, I don't
Wow.
care. This is an emotional decision. This ain't logical. This is emotional.
Fair point. Fair point.
It's very emotional for me.
All right. So Sam Cassell number 1. Jaylen Green.
Jaylen Green at number 4 because he is number 4, and I don't know who's going to be between 2 and 3, but we'll give Jaylen Green 4. He's not the guy yet. He hasn't hit me emotionally, so he doesn't hit me like that. But I am emotionally invested. But we still got some time there, brother.
So Jaylen Green at 4. I like that.
Okay.
Trevor Ariza,
Trevor
my favorite
Ariza.
Rocket. Personally, my favorite Rocket. Like he's one of my tops.
I'm sorry, but Trevor's gonna be 5.
What?
Trevor's gonna be 5.
I literally just told you he's one of my favorite Rockets.
This ain't your list. This is mine.
I'm very upset. Like this is not okay. I'm not okay with this.
Trevor's at 5.
I feel like you snaked that on purpose. I feel like you sniped it because you heard that I said he was my favorite Rocket, and you're my big brother, so you're trying to troll me, so you're putting him at 5.
I'm not trolling. I'm just keeping it real.
That's
next.
Kevin Martin.
Ooh, Kevin Martin. Okay, we'll put him at 3.
You're happy with putting him at 3?
I actually liked Kevin Martin more than Trevor Ariza. I hate to say that.
So you had 1. So 1 you have Sam Cassell.
Yep.
3
Kevin Martin.
4 Jaylen Green.
5 Trevor Ariza.
5 Trevor Ariza.
Okay.
Leaves number 2 is the only one that stays open.
Yep.
Our newest Rocket, Reed Shepherd.
Wow, Reed Shepherd at 2. I mean, he'll probably eventually get himself up there.
He may just get to 2.
Yeah, I mean, emotionally speaking, Sam Cassell was going to be number 1 no matter what. But the rest of the decisions, not logical. If you were to really rank this, who would be number 1? Still Sam?
Yeah, well, that's
And
the
then
thing.
number
Yeah,
2
because he's a
would be
champion, and
Trevor.
I wanted to give you random Rockets, but Rockets I know you also appreciate.
Give me 5 random Rockets that people probably do not know.
Oh, that's for another episode. I don't have that.
Because that would be good.
I could tell you.
Richie Fromm, Alton Forward, World Be Free, Pat Riley, Rick Adelman.
Rick Adelman was the coach.
He
He's
played
not that
for the
random.
San Diego Rockets.
I know, but he's not that random. You got to name more random.
Else? Craig Elo.
Lonnie Baxter.
Let me think. Zon Tabak.
That Australian, that Derek
Rod
Anderson.
Strickland. Charles Oakley.
Samuel Dallenberg.
For me, it's got to be 2006 or below. I'm not going up because I'm going to school.
Okay,
all the
well,
modern-
okay. Well, before you continue to school, that's what another episode's for. We're going to do that next time, I promise. Or
Okay.
you can hit me with You can hit me with this. You know,
No,
it can
I don't
go
have
both
a list.
ways.
I'm not prepared.
No, not right now. But like, you can hit me in a future episode. That's
We'll
why
do this
can
in a
do these-
future
Yeah,
episode, for
absolutely.
sure.
Okay, so last game before we get ready to go home here. Name the top 5 all-time Rockets point leaders.
Oh,
So-
per game or total?
Total.
Totality.
So, yeah, we're going total here. Total. We're going total like Total Wine. They're not sponsoring us, but we're going
Okay.
total like wine. Let's go.
Okay.
Top 5 all-time Rocket scores.
Oh, man. I mean, number 1's got to be Akeem, right?
Yep. Number 1 is right. It's Akeem, 26,511 points.
Okay. Number 2, probably James Harden.
James Harden, number 2, 18,365 points. Are you going for the
How
sweep?
much? 18,000?
18,365 points.
Number 3.
Going for the sweep here. If you miss one, you're still going to go
Give
for the
me
gentleman's
Calvin
sweep.
Murphy at 3.
Calvin Murphy at 3, 17,949 points. GM,
Okay.
you are 1, 2, 3 right now. You are going for the sweep.
At number 4. Oh, man. See, this is where I'm stumped. Because I have to really think about
Keep thinking about it.
stars, role players.
Do you want? I can give you a little Hinsky.
Give me a Hinsky.
A little Nate Hinsky.
Nate
I got
Hinsky.
you.
Give
a
it
little
to me.
Dex Hinsky. I got
Okay.
you.
Hook it
Shout out
up.
to you, Dex.
Hook it up. Hook it up.
All right. Player from the 70s. And I don't want to give the last one
Moses
away.
Malone?
No.
Elvin Hayes.
No. Oh, Elvin Hayes at number 5.
Okay.
At 11,762
Elvin Hayes is at 5.
points. Last
Number
one.
4.
He was a player, but then he became a coach.
Rudy T.
Rudy T at number 4, 13,383 points. GM.
That was easy.
Gentlemen sweep.
See, I had
Good
Moses Malone
shit.
in there, but Moses Malone didn't play here for very long.
No,
Like
he
5
did
years.
not. No, he did not. So
Rudy
I
T
think
was
I
here
have.
for good 8 to
Moses
10.
Malone was right outside of the top 5. He was number 6 at
I named
11,119. You dropped the top 6. So in essence, that's why I'm calling it a gentleman's sweep, because really in actuality,
Yeah.
you did have it.
I did.
Good stuff, GM. Oh, man, I wish I had a buzzer. Confetti. Good stuff, dude.
I know my shit a little bit.
You really do. You really do know your shit. Guys, look, at the end of the day, we're going to talk news. We're going to talk notes. And we've been doing that. I want to try to incorporate more games. I think it's fun. I think it's fun, interactive for y'all. But you know what's more interactive than this? Pushing that subscribe button one time. I would like for y'all. Look. Hey. Guys, I know you like listening to us.
I know you
We get
do.
a lot of views. You
do.
guys enjoy us. You enjoy hearing our voices, at least enough to comment, subscribe, and talk or listen.
How hard is it to push that like button? How hard is it? Just put
You can
thumbs
do
up.
many things by clicking on that like. You can click it. You can press it. You can super kick it.
If you've made it this far, you
Gosh.
have to. I
Gotta
feel like
do
it's
it.
a rite of passage.
It
now.
is a rite of passage.
Yeah.
Be a part of the summit.
There you go.
By meeting us at the summit, you just got to click that subscribe button.
There you go.
One time on Apollo HOU, and you can be a part of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Every episode that drops, you will be the first listener to hear it. I don't know about y'all, but I think we're one of the more interactive shows as a totality amongst all the shows that exist. So, guys, I would love for y'all one time to support our network by hitting that subscribe button one time.
There you go.
Super kick it. Do whatever you got to do. I don't care.
Absolutely.
We're right now sitting at
Slam dunk that.
I think we're at 7.48. Who's going to get us to 7.5?
That's what we need.
Who's going to get us to 7.5?
We need to get 7.5, guys. Come on.
If we get to 8, we need to make like a gentleman's agreement. If we get to like 8K before like training camp, we should do something really silly.
Okay, so if we make it to 8K,
It's only 0.5.
we just need 500 more subscribers.
500 more subscribers. What are you going to do?
One of the subscribers, if you live in Houston, I will take you. We will go to an unnamed spot where they have Papa Shot. And if you beat me in Papa Shot, I will buy you 3 beers.
Oh, so you have to be. So first, let's say you have to be over 21.
I'll be over 21.
21 and over.
Yep.
So you buy 3 beers.
We will film this. and
You will
if-
be on Apollo HOU, and you'll be on the summit.
And if you beat me,
Okay.
then I will call you the king.
But
for
what
the
if
day.
what if
And I will
the
buy you beers.
8,000th subscriber lives in like Turkey?
If he lives in Turkey,
I'll send
then
you a shirt.
I'm sorry.
I'll send you a shirt.
I prefer ham. Just kidding. Turkey is my favorite. meat.
Wow.
Besides chicken. No one says
so,
chicken.
so serious.
Shout out to Big City Wings.
Shout
Have
outs to Big
wings.
City Wings, the greatest chicken that ever exists. That's right. Check them out one time. 2 for Tuesday specials, all available for y'all. The buy one, get one option, always our best. Like I said, GM, end of the episode. Let's get ready to go home here. Another successful podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Episode 220. I think we're at
yeah.
I think we're at 222. I think we're at triple twos.
Are we?
I love palindromes. Shouts to Going in Raw.
Oh, yeah.
I do
I'm a
love
big
me some
palindrome
I do
fan.
a big palindrome guy. So nice little 222 action.
Love it.
Puts us in a good spot. GM, let's get ready to go home here. Give the people what they want one time.
Just make sure to follow me over on Twitter /X, wherever you call it, at JP_Mirabueno. Make sure to follow us on Twitter as well at Summit, SOMPOD. And make sure to follow our people, our group, our family over on Twitter and Instagram at Apollo NBA on Twitter. And Apollo HOU on Twitter and Instagram. And please, I beg of you, please subscribe to us. Push that like button. Do everything you got to do over on YouTube. Comment on it. Tell me that my takes suck. It's cool.
Or tell them that his takes are awesome.
If you don't like it, very fair. I get it.
You know what? I tend. He goes. I tend to agree with y'all that my takes are good.
Yeah.
My takes can be a little emotional, so I get it. I'm right there with you.
I mean, I put Hakeem Olajuwon at 4, guys. Rip me
Hey, well,
apart.
you didn't
Tear
know
me
what
to
came
shreds.
next. Now in your defense, he didn't know what came next. So you can follow me on Twitter as well at Summit Commish. Shouts to Apollo Podcast brethren that continue to kill the game. BTD Beyond the Diamond. Be sure to give them your first listen for all Houston Astros content. Shout outs to Off the Grid Iron. Be sure to give them your first listen for all Houston Texans content. Once again, we appreciate each and every one of y'all. 222 episodes in that you make us your first listen for all Houston Rockets content. I really appreciate it. Look, we're 222 episodes in. Oh, happy 4-year anniversary, by the way.
There you go. Yeah, happy 4-year anniversary. Wild.
Happy 4-year anniversary. We in it.
Wild.
4 years. 4 years on the summit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting
yeah.
I'm getting heightened sickness because we've been at the summit for 4 years.
Yeah. I don't know how to get rid of this altitude sickness. I don't know how to make it.
Altitude sickness. That was what I was looking for. It's a strong end to the show. Let's get ready to go home here. I'm going to end every episode as I end every episode with a Go Summit, Go Apollo. And look, Rockets may not be able to get anybody in free agency. They may not have signed Alperen Sengun and Jaylen Green, but we're only on up from here, guys. Summer League starts next week. And go Rockets. GM, say the word.
Yeet. Jay Uso for wins Money in the Bank.
Oh!